Local businesses are scraping by as they deal with the pandemic and inflation. Now they're facing tax hikes as House Democrats refuse to find an agreement to refill the state's unemployment insurance fund.
Before COVID, we had 91 instructors. Currently, we have about 60 instructors.
At Yoga Fit Studios in uptown Minneapolis, owner Ashok Darwal, along with thousands of other Minnesota business owners, are feeling the pressure.
All of our costs are going up in terms of rent, payroll, inflation, utilities. All those gone up way faster than any of our sales have increased.
On top of that, pandemic-era grant and loan programs ran out last year. To make matters worse, in just a month, employers may be forced to pay taxes for something at no fault of their own.
We were under the impression, many small businesses, that unemployment was not going to be affected in terms of anything we had to pay out because we could not control our unemployment.
Due to mandated shutdowns by the government, Minnesota's Unemployment Insurance Trust Fund depleted quickly in 2020. The state then had to borrow money from the federal government. Now it's that time to pay back and replenish the trust fund, a total of $2.7 billion.
The state agency that runs the unemployment insurance program says that bills on average will be about 30% higher, and those higher taxes will persist for years. We'll be paying off this $2.7 billion debt probably for the rest of this decade, if not longer.
To avoid a tax increase, last month, the Minnesota Senate, with support from Governor Walz, passed a bill to pay off the money. But GOP leaders say House Democrats have become a roadblock. House DFLers say they won't budge unless the bill links to a $1 billion hero pay for frontline workers.
It's very important to us in light of the surplus that allows us to even contemplate putting money into the Unemployment Insurance Trust Fund that we do more for workers. And there's so far have not signaled any willingness to do more for workers than the agreement that they made last year.
Last week, Senate Republicans offered to we would agree to a $250 million frontline worker package. Eligibility of workers to be determined by the House Democrats. So the agreement that was made last year, we're ready to do that. As soon as the Minnesota House of Representatives passes the $2.7 billion unemployment trust fund replenishment bill. So as soon as that's done, we're ready to honor that agreement.
Businesses frustrated at lawmakers for not making a decision sooner, as some have already been notified to pay their new state taxes.
It affects us to be able to increase our payroll, namely give raises. It affects us to not be able to market, which is the biggest thing for us. We can't advertise as much if we have to pay expenses such as the unemployment insurance fund.
I think that's completely wrong. I think they need to replenish it. They're the ones that put us here. I really firmly believe in that. And it's just it's really a sad thing that how we're all affected by that. But let's, instead of giving money to everybody else in the world, how about we take care of us?